Hello, welcome to FFGLive. Can you hear us? Please let us know as soon as you can in the chat box. Let us know. Okay, I'm getting thumbs up. Okay, people saying that they can hear us.
Great.
All right. So, hello, welcome back to FFGLive. Sorry about that. My name's Evan. I'm joined here by Max and Brooks, your favorite X-Wing developers. And we're going to talk about some X-Wing today. So we've got the Fireball and Resistance Squad. We've got Major Vonreg's tie and the First Order. We've got some new cards from the Hot Shots and Aces pack. So what do we have? What do we have to show these people?
We are going to be playing a game of X-Wing.
Yeah.
And we are going to use one of the new environment cards.
Yeah.
From Fully Loaded and Never Tell Me the Odds. I have all 12 of them here. I sleeved them all this morning.
Continuous bombardment.
Shuffle them up. Max really wants to see a continuous bombardment because he really wants to get blown up, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, boy, I probably shouldn't, but...
So, Max, I will let you do the honors there.
All right, what do we got here? Let's...
Chat-
Comet Tail.
Like that. So
sorry.
people can read it.
Right.
Doesn't matter if we can read it.
Comet
All
Tail.
right. So, from all the obstacles in the game, we're going to need
Including the new ones,
3
right?
asteroids, 2 debris clouds, and 2 gas clouds. And I have the new gas clouds in here.
Yeah, has anyone gotten
So you
a look
can
at
see
these
'em.
really cool new gas
Yeah,
clouds?
throw them in the dice tray there. Those do look super cool. I like the colors on
The
them.
old ones by comparison.
So we've got the sort of more... the nebulas we see in Clone Wars, and then this is sort of more like the one in Rebels, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right.
So we got a comet
let's take turns then drawing from the pool of obstacles we have, because we didn't bring individual obstacles for our lists, because we were planning on doing this. So Max, we need 3 asteroids. So
All
here
right.
are all the asteroids. We determined you were first player already,
Yes.
so go ahead.
All right. So do I place this, or we
Just
pull them
pick
out
them
first?
first, yeah.
All right, so let's grab a rock
Okay, a rock.
and a rock.
Okay, so got some big rocks, and then debris clouds.
Yeah, and how many of these do we
2
get?
of those.
2 of those. All right, let's do this guy.
Roll to that guy.
And then gas clouds, we get
2.
2. Oh, well, definitely let's do one of the new ones.
Sure, yeah, they're real pretty. All right. So, setup in player order. Players take turns choosing an obstacle and placing it into the play area until all obstacles have been placed. The first obstacle must be an asteroid, must be placed beyond range 3 of each edge of the play area. So, Max, go ahead.
Some
Alright.
people are asking which my favorite marmoset was. I like the one in the very back center. He's kind of like peeping up over the head of the one in front center. That one's my favorite.
All right, so let's just go. Speaking of center, let's just sort of dead center this.
All right, so that's the start of our comet tail then. And then each additional obstacle must be placed at range 1 of one obstacle and beyond range 1 of each other obstacle. So I'm going to do gas cloud right there, making a little tight space there. Tighter than you'd normally have in an X-Wing game.
All right, let's put another comet here.
So this is just going to
Okay.
make like a crazy line, basically.
Yep, yeah, because they'll have to compress at some points, but have to spread out in other places.
Right.
So if I put this one there, but it has to be beyond range 1 of that, so I'm going to do something like this.
All right, let's do this gas cloud over here.
Okay. I'm going to go and branch another set off. I'm going to do a debris field over here.
All right, and let's do the last asteroid. Still has to be 2 from a board edge?
Yeah, yeah, because nothing overrides it.
Yes.
So-
Okay, cool. So that's gonna have to be there.
Yeah, one of that, beyond one of that. I just want to make sure that should bump in a
Pull
bit.
that.
But yeah, all right. So that is our comet tail.
All right, so there's our comet tail crossing the sky. Cool.
Okay, so that part of the setup is done. And then
Right.
this environment doesn't have any ongoing effects. but a number of the other ones do. The article is up on our website now. You can check out some of the other ones.
Check it out. And now you guys are gonna show off some of the new ships, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would like to go first?
Max is first player.
I was to say, I'm going to be placing something first, but do we want to get our new ship cards into
Sure.
the trade so people know what we're working with?
Yeah.
So, for the Fireball and Vonreg's tie, I'm playing Apollo, the Initiative 5, with a really interesting ability.
Yeah. I really had fun designing that one.
And you've brought...
I brought Kazuda Ziono, main character of the Resistance, who is going to be very explosive.
Yeah, so
explosive
you're gonna
effects.
be slamming a bit then,
Yeah.
and then
Well, that's the idea, anyways.
and then for the rest of the crew, I've got some reinforcement pack characters and one classic. So we've got TN 3465 and TN 3465's close and personal friend and definitely not murderer Captain Phasma and Rush.
Which I believe Rush is totally new to them.
Exciting.
So I'm just going to let that
Spoiler alert.
sit there for a
Spoiler
moment
alert.
while you all freak out.
So that's my crew.
Okay. I have our hero, Paige Tico, and then ZZ Tlo and Ronith Blaria, who are background characters from the Battle of Dakar. So I've got, they're all from the Hot Shots and Aces. I've got like just straight up some A-Wings escorting a Resistance bomber, plus Kaz.
And I've got a bunch of
I'll just leave those there.
fast-moving
Yeah.
first order ships.
Yeah.
All right, so the first placement is
Your
mine, I
twos.
believe. My two, and I've got the two of them. So, interesting. Okay, well, this changes my setup plans a little bit because I was not expecting this to have quite so much free space around the edges.
A question about Paige from the chat. Does she need to spend her charge and the charge from the upgrade?
Yes.
Los dos.
All right, let's put Rush here. And let's put TN 3465.
See some other questions. Will there ever be Q&As for other FFG games? So like we did an AMA for X-Wing and we did one for Legion. Yes, we'll absolutely do more of those. So generally for our other, big lifestyle games and existing product lines like that, we're definitely looking at doing more of those in the future. Let's see.
All right, my twos are down.
Your twos are down.
Okay, I got the two here. I'm also grabbing my charges. So there, you can go ahead and lay yours out while I place.
Okay, just got
So Ron Valerio, Reckless Rookie, is going to go over here. He's going to aim off through the tail of the comet.
all right.
Let me leave this actually out. Up there. Okay, that's my two. You got a 4.
Yes, Captain Phasma. All right, so Captain Phasma is going to go here-ish.
Max, can I tell them about your plan?
I mean, you can tell them my plan. I don't know if my plan's going to execute as well. As
Max
I
has
want
a very carefully rehearsed opening
to. It's not that
that
carefully
he
rehearsed.
prepared. We'll see what happens.
See how it works out for me. Well,
All
it
right.
starts with a planned bump, and I'm not saying that just to hedge against a bump happening.
All right, so I have Kaz here, who is going to slide all the way down on this side of the table. And Kazuda Ziono has Explosion with Wings. Set up. You are dealt 1 face-down damage card. After you perform a slam action, you may expose 1 damage card to remove 1 disarm token. So I have the snazzy resistance damage deck that I'll show more of in a...
Yeah.
Well, I will definitely show more of because I'll be flipping them face up.
You'll show the back of one of the cards right now, right?
Show the back one of the cards.
Because
Now,
the back
is
back
pretty
is
cool.
beautiful.
And let's
Evan, would you be so kind as to cut?
Oh, it's to cut. Yes, of course.
and let's show the back of the first order deck too.
Yeah.
All right, so
that's
there
so cool.
is my first damage.
Hold
On
on.
Kaz.
The sound is popping out.
Of course.
Right there.
I think sound is back.
Okay, so
Is sound
Max,
back?
Max just deployed
Max is
Hollow
deployed.
right there. Let us know. Yes, we had to cut the audio to fix it, but hopefully it is back now.
All right. So I'm going to deploy page Tico
Okay.
right here.
What are you doing here? This is some
And
fancy
ZZ
deployment.
Tlo.
Well, I have a plan.
ZZ Tlo
I don't know
over
if it's a
here.
good plan.
Okay. I'm set.
All right.
You're set.
All right.
Grab your shield tokens out and then let's
Yes.
do some dials.
Yes, indeed. All right, I'm flying First Order, not Empire, so I do have shields.
All right. Gotta remind myself how this Star Fortress flies.
Slowly. But
Carefully.
very reliably.
That dial was already set to the move I want to do. I'm just gonna do it.
That's fortuitous. All right.
That's, I think serendipity is telling me that I should do that move.
Yes.
Seems right.
It's probably gonna be a horrible mistake.
Yeah.
But are you really
let's-
flying the ship if you're just doing what the dial tells you?
I mean, that is for a more philosophical player than I.
Yeah, let's get into that when we talk about
Philosophy
role-playing
X-Wing.
Which we are happy to talk about role-playing games.
Yes.
Just this isn't the stream for it.
Yes.
Right, Fireball.
So some questions about the upgrades.
I'm sure
on
there
the
are.
ships. Or will those be revealed as they kind of come up?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I have a new upgrade. Max has a new upgrade. And then we both have a number of familiar existing upgrades. So
Yeah.
we'll just get to that as it comes up.
Sounds good to me. Everyone is very keen to know how depleted works.
Ah. Wow.
Is that something that
Should we wait till that comes up? Max does have ways to
we
deliver.
should? Okay, we should wait till it
Let's
comes
wait till
up.
it comes up.
Yep.
In terms of my upgrades, I'll reveal all the old stuff. Hollow just has Daredevil.
Yep.
And Rush has Daredevil and Prime Thrusters.
Yep.
And Captain Phasma has Intimidation, mostly for theme reasons, and something else.
Ooh.
Oh boy. While ZZ Tlo also has Daredevil, we did not communicate our plans to take Daredevil to each other beforehand. It was a happy coincidence. Ronith Valerio has Proton Rockets. Kazuda Ziono has Advanced Slam. Paige Tico has Perceptive Copilot and Proton Bombs. Kazuda also has R1J5. You'll find out what R1J5 does later.
And let's talk about a fun bit of side trivia. My list is going to be hyperspace legal in the coming year.
Ooh, a teaser.
My list is not, but could with a swap of one ship and one upgrade card.
Wow.
All right, well, I've got my dials.
I've got my dials.
Let's do this,
Your two.
shall we? All right. So, my twos. Let's do this silencer first. Doing 4 straight.
Zoom. Shh. Right, it's supposed to be quiet.
It's very quiet.
It's supposed to be silent.
It's completely silent.
All right. And then for Rush's action, Rush is going to... I'll just grab a focus,
As one does.
as one does.
All right. So.
Oh, and my other two,
Yeah,
sorry.
and then I was about to go with Ronith, but yeah.
It is TN3465 doing the old 2-turn.
Some people asking if the Imperial Raider is canceled. Yes, so the black box 2nd edition Raider that was announced is not going to be produced due to very large amounts of existing stock of the gray box 1st edition Imperial Raider. So that gray box is still available in all kinds of places, and you can get that one. But the black box Imperial Raider will not be released at this time, or at any time, presumably. Potentially in the future, but certainly not at this time.
So Ronith Valerio did the 3-speed left turn, is going to boost to the right.
Oh man, Ronith coming in hot.
Look at you.
And that's Ronith. You're 4.
Yes. So Captain Phasma is doing a 2-turn. Now I knock over every ship as I go.
FYI, your turret is currently set forward.
Yes, and I will leave it there since my choices are forward and back.
On account of I put all the punch board together, I figured I
Yes.
should let
No,
Max
I
know that.
appreciate you reminding me. It does quite matter. Yeah, Phasma, I'll just grab a focus.
Okay.
In the off chance you decide to slam in here.
Kaz is going to do a 3 straight, but enough ships have turned over in his direction, and he's not feeling too great about that asteroid at the end of the comet tail there, so he's going to barrel roll to the left.
I was hoping you'd slam right up to me.
That card out of the way a little bit.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then the 3 turn here, which I think is going to be my planned bump. Yes.
Yes.
Doink.
Good job disguising the bump by saying it was your plan.
Yeah, I know. It's brilliant. No one will ever be able to tell.
All right. And then Clyde, it's no action. Paige is going to do a 2-speed right bank. Over to here. Focus, which I only 2 focuses for because I have a perceptive co-pilot.
Perceptive co-pilot. Excellent.
And then ZZ is gonna 5 straight. Put the throttle all the way forward.
There
Up
it
to
goes.
there. I think I'm gonna boost forward as well.
Nice.
Okay. That's
Alrighty.
the turn. Nobody's in range.
All right.
All
So back to dials. So did your crazy deployment work out as hoped?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
my ships didn't fly off the board, so
That is good.
operation successful, I would say.
I say every round you don't fly off the board is a good round.
Exactly.
I definitely forgot how far large base ships move.
Oh yeah, they really go.
I mostly fly small ships because that's more fun for me. But this beast of a ship just
Yeah.
plus with the tight debris cloud there, it's gonna be a fun time.
It'll be the good stuff.
It'll be the best of times. Don't worry.
Yes. So what kind of roles do you guys see like Vonreg's tie and the Fireball playing in lists in the meta?
I think the Fireball is really interesting because it's got a couple different roles right off the bat. Because of course, if you just take the Colossus Station mechanic, you're looking at probably the sort of cheapest little fighting ship.
It's close to a V19.
Yeah,
If you don't slam, its style is pretty comparable to V19's.
but it does have slam, which makes it a really interesting blocker. On the flip side, you have Kaz, who's the best pilot in the galaxy, according to him at least, and
Says the right on this card.
is
That is what he says.
pretty terrifying because of his ability. But do you have anything you want to add to that? They are your ships.
Well, the Fireball is very much a do what you want with it. It's got a lot of upgrade slots. If you want missiles, you can do missiles. If you want lots of mods,
Should be back.
Cool.
okay. So Fireball, as I was saying, can kind of be what you want it to be. 2 mod slots, an illicit slot, a missile slot. You can go in on the slamming effects with advanced slam and some of the character, the title, and the droid and stuff that come with it.
Yeah.
That really reward you for doing that. Or you
Yeah.
can make a missile carrier. If you want it to be just sort of a filler, tough ship, if you want to put an R5 astromech on it and repair the damage card you start with, you're turning off your ship ability, but you have a 6-hull ship for pretty cheap. And the miniature is quite chunky. I like the
Yeah.
miniature.
Oh yeah. No, they're both great. I really like the colors. They're quite bright.
The Vonreg's Interceptor Max, you can do your 2s, is very much if an Interceptor and a TIE Advanced V1 were kind of smashed together, because it's got an Interceptor's fast moves, but the TIE V1's slow moves. And so it's in this nice kind of upgraded shields, missiles if you want them, a more offensively oriented action ability if you want to, because you can get a target lock, or you can barrel roll for a deplete or a strain token.
Right.
Some fun upgrades in the pack that can play off of that. Max has one of them. The others we're not going to talk about yet. We like to tease you guys.
You'll have lots of information by the end of the stream.
All right.
Max is just cruising up.
Just
Okay.
sneaking on up.
Well,
Straight.
Ronith is going to take a 1-speed left turn.
Come on, Ron.
Is going to
Oh, come back, Ron.
focus, link, rotate with the ship ability. Technically, it's not a linked action. It's just performing a red rotate. Max, can you pass me a stress?
Certainly.
All right, flipping my cannons to point backwards.
Pew pew.
Okay, that's my 2.
All
Your
right,
4.
my 4.
So people asking if these ships are planned for January 2020. They are currently planned for the very, very end of January 2020. But the reprint ships from Wave 6 are planned to be out more in like mid-January. So Houndstooth, Interceptor, Defender, and RZ1, right?
Okay.
I think that's just out of lock range. I think that's just out. I'm going to go for the focus.
Okay. Kaz is going to do a 1-speed right bank. And is going to barrel roll to the left. Boop. Boop. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Just inching my way up the side.
Alrighty. And then Hollow is going to do a 2 straight. Which shouldn't have been a bump, but I think might be due to. No, maybe not. Actually,
Well,
looks like
look
we're
at
good.
that.
Yeah, because they were off angle a little bit, so
Yeah.
you got enough extra room.
All
Sneak 'em right in there.
And then Hollow is going to.
I know that
Oh.
opening rounds of this game have been a little slow, but we're about to have a pretty explosive turn here.
I'll show
now
you
that
that-
we're in range.
I'll show you guys the deplete token too.
Oh. Everyone's about to be very, very excited.
All right,
for
so
that.
I'm using Hollow's ship ability to do a barrel roll
Mm-hmm.
at cost of a deplete token. And that deplete token will be right. We've got deplete tokens in here somewhere.
I'll punch one out.
You definitely did.
Yeah, there's a lot of
They're-
tokens.
they're
there,
in
to be fair.
here.
People are just asking
Here, I
you know,
gotcha.
how you store
Complete
all
token.
of this stuff.
Well, we have this great thing, which I found on the free table.
Yeah.
But I assume
is-
you can probably purchase from your friendly local hobby store, beads specialist maybe.
Crafts
Yeah.
places will probably have stuff like that.
I really like this thing. This made our life a lot easier.
We
All right.
may show you a photo of the storage of the rest of our stuff. We'll have to sanitize it a little bit to
Right.
keep secret stuff out of it, but
And
The,
then
the new system looks very good. So
Yeah.
the
Go for
deplete
focus.
token that he's getting. What's that all about?
it's a red token, and
I
when
can see that.
an effect happens with it, well, we'll tell you, Evan. we'll tell you too.
actually, wait, are my choices deplete or strain? They
Yes.
are. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to disappoint and take a strain
Everyone is about
instead.
to be very upset.
All right. Well.
But that that in and of itself should tell you something about the deplete token.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my MG100. Paige is doing a 1-speed left turn to try and make that gap. And it makes it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Can you stress me?
Certainly.
Man, you stress me out. All right. And then ZZ is doing a 3-speed right turn.
Was it maybe?
No, that was intentional.
No, I guess that makes sense. 'Cause you didn't
I,
want to go into that debris.
Yep. I was just hoping you would be coming up a little more aggressively. So
I
I'm going to
suppose.
boost to the left. And that will be my only action.
I did slow roll this turn.
Okay. So we may have some shots here.
I think we'll have some shots. I'm hoping so.
So Paige is out of range, but Hollow is in range. So If Hollow wants to go ahead and not demonstrate that deplete token, just demonstrate the strain token.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get to demonstrate. I'll get to demonstrate this train token on the return file. All right, so we've got 3 dice on here. It's just 3 dice with a focus. Range 3, so you're going to be rolling 4 defense dice.
3, only agility 2.
Okay. Well, in that case,
And I'm not focused.
I'll spend the focus.
Okay. All right. That is also a focus. I really should have focused because I'm taking a hit. And the crit. And the crit is a hull breach.
Oh, no.
Well, oh boy.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Yeah, so it's called the fireball for a reason, folks. Can you critical damage marker me?
Yes, I certainly can.
So I got 3 damage with a hull breach on Kaz. This is going to get pretty spectacular pretty quickly. But I4, does Phasma have a shot?
Phasma, I don't think so. Okay, I feel good about guessing that lock was out, but Kaz definitely has a shot. At Phasma and at Hollow.
Actually, not at Phasma, just
Oh,
at
wait.
Hollow.
I'm sorry. Hollow had to jettison this token at the start of the engagement phase.
Yep.
So Phasma has it instead.
Okay, that's right. Thank you for reminding the ability I wrote for Hollow.
Yeah.
All right, so Kaz is going to go ahead and shoot at Hollow there at range 3.
Yep.
So 2 dice, 3 dice, because your initiative is higher than the number of damage cards I have, which is 3. I'll put that in here for reference for folks. Although now Rush and TN3065 are protected from that because you dealt some damage to Kaz.
That's good. Although if my plan goes according... Oh! Oh, no. All
It's
right.
a good thing you passed off that
Yeah,
strain token.
really? Oh, man. Ugh.
Woo! Okay, well we're just rolling natties here, so.
I guess so. I thought that was the end of Hollow.
Well, you got shield, so
That's true.
It would have been probably would have been the end.
All right. So then I think I'm just gonna have a shot. No, I'll shoot first.
Yeah, Rush will shoot first. Yep, range 3.
Yeah. All right. So Rush is just taking the
And
old
Ronnie unfortunately does not have arc, so.
silencer pot shot. Pew pew. I'll
a pretty
spend
good
focus
one,
on
yeah.
that. That's a good pot shot.
Yeah,
you go.
I'm gonna spend a focus on that. That's
Yeah.
a pretty good. All right,
There you go.
I can play X-Wing like this. I don't mind that. All right,
All right.
so that's that round. Dials.
Dials. And Phasma remains strained.
All right, so we had a couple of questions yesterday from the Discord
Let's
server that we said we would answer in the stream today. All right, so here's one. You said in previous Q&A sessions you're aware of the negative play experiences caused by weaker existing tractor mechanics such as the quad jumper. Why did you decide to use the automatic assignment of tractor tokens for the Nantex's core mechanic?
So, should I do my bit first here?
Sure, you can do your bit
My bit
first.
first is that is a very leading question, which we are going to answer anyways. But that doesn't necessarily mean we agree with all of the assumptions being made by the question. So just big caveat right there, big asterisk. Max, do your thing.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a fair question though. But yeah, I don't agree with all of its assumptions. So that question is sort of founded on the assumption that the Nantex is a guaranteed tractor, which in certain particular circumstances involving Sunfac it is, but most of the time it isn't. And that's why Sunfac and Ensnare is so expensive, because the opponent needs to be able to have more pieces on the board so that they can deal with that.
Right.
So why did we revisit this? Well, I mean, on a surface level, the Nantex has tractor beams. We were going to incorporate a tractor beam mechanic of some kind. We found that tractor beam attacks have been generally pretty weak. Tractor beam sees some play in certain lists, and some people have been doing some really cool stuff with it. There was a neat list with gunboats from the Singapore tournament a little while ago that had some Star Wings with them.
Yep.
But generally, the tractor beam upgrade's been pretty weak. the quad jumper was a pretty interesting exploration of it. And the interesting thing about the quad jumper too is that once the price increased a little bit, it's basically resolved. I haven't heard a lot about how negative the quad jumper is since
5
that.
health, 2 defense die.
So it seemed like a concept that we can explore again. I mean, with that said, I do think what the Nantex really shows is that when Tractor Beam breaks that sort of break point of quality, it does get to be pretty toxic from a play experience at the table standpoint. Now, again, the Nantex has won some tournaments, but isn't sweeping. It's not.
No.
It's nowhere near as dominant as some things that are considered perfectly wholesome. So it's clearly a problem of experience, not a problem of like the specifics of this list being so overpowered, and that's what is causing the negative play experience. Because that's not really what a negative play experience is anyway. Which, if there's a term I could get people to examine every time before they use it, it would be that would be ludonarrative dissonance. But after that, it would be negative play experience, because I think it risks getting its meaning getting watered down too much. But the Tractor Beam mechanic, obviously we've been having some trouble with it, so we're going to revisit it in January. There's going to be some big changes to Tractor Beam. Actually fairly subtle changes, but we think they are pretty interesting and create a much more enjoyable experience for both players, which was really our goal when we saw the feedback to the Nantex. Was
Gonna mitigate the worst case scenarios without making them not usable for your middling effect.
And also make sure that player choice is involved in it, that there's a level of sort of player agency for both players. Because when we got this feedback, the first thing we said was not like, oh, we need to balloon the points of the Nantex so high no one can play it. It was like, okay,
what is happening?
What's happening? Why aren't people having fun with this? How do we address that?
Perfect. So stay tuned for January. And now that Max has talked,
Yeah, sorry,
all
and I
through-
didn't plan any of my
You got
dials.
anything for me? So I can stall while Max
Please.
does his dials.
Let's see here. Questions for Brooks.
If there's anything about this wave, other than
lots
asking me to
of-
show you new stuff that you haven't seen yet,
Yeah,
we'll get it all in time.
lots of talking about basically what Max just said, and all of the Tractor Beam whatnot. Let's see. No real questions that we can answer right at the moment. People want to know.
That's your cue to ask some.
People want to know about the Razor Crest. It is in Star Wars, and we make ships
It sure is
that are
great.
off of Star
I
Wars.
like the Razor Crest.
We watched The Mandalorian.
Yep.
We are very up to date on it.
We're very excited for the adventures of Space Dad and his adorable space child.
The Baby Yoda, all about it.
I am informed that the term is yodeler.
Ooh, I like that.
That's pretty good. People asking when the Hot Shots and Aces pack would be released. Is currently scheduled to release alongside the Fireball and Vonreg's tie at the very end of January.
I've got all the punch and stuff here. If you wanna, actually, what I can do, I will get out the Hot Shots and Aces punch. And just show you how colorful it is.
Can Cicatro Vizago put multiple DMS on? Oh my gosh, I have totally lost the question. On a ship.
Multiple what?
DMS is the acronym used.
Can't put the same upgrade on a ship twice, if that's what you're asking.
I'm trying to think of what DMS would be. Sorry, I'm reaching across.
Okay, now we're just getting so many questions.
Maybe Dead Man
Here's,
Switch? Probably Dead Man Switch.
Dead
No,
Man
he
Switch.
can't put
Yeah,
the
there
same
we go.
upgrade on multiple times.
So here is a look at the very colorful punch of the Hot Shots and Aces pack
Nice.
for folks who are want to see. So here you want spoilers. This is your spoilers. There are all the initiatives of all the pilots. If you haven't already seen them, I will turn that over so you can read it. I should have thought of that.
There you go.
Doop doop doop. Doop doop doop. More key.
When is the points update coming? So we're going to be doing that in January. January 9th is our stream. It's actually when we come back. FFGLive comes back from holiday break with X-Wing points. So January 9th is when we're going to be talking about that. Let's see. People want to see Buing S foils from Hot Shots and Aces.
I know they do.
Yep, they're very excited. Questions about environments and scenarios being used for competitive play.
We're not at current going to be making them part of. They're not like a core rules update to X-Wing or anything. That being said, they were very much written. I wrote them to be able to use them for casual play, for tournaments if you want to. So if you're running a tournament in your local store and you want to have folks draw environment cards from the set provided, they all use the components of those packs. So if you get the obstacles pack, you will have all the obstacles between that and the core set that you need to play all of the environment cards contained within. Similarly, if you just buy the devices pack and not the obstacles pack, you'll still have between that and the core set everything you need to play the environment cards in the devices pack.
Sorry, I had to figure out how I was going to disentangle myself from this setup I'd gotten myself into.
Well,
I think I got there.
why don't you show us?
Now I get to hit all the rocks. All right, so my silencer is doing a 4 straight. And
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
It's quiet.
Yeah, no noise. A moment of silence.
Ha. I hope you're proud of yourself, Evan.
Not that proud. It was like a 3 out of 5. Fun.
all right.
You had much better Watt Tambor lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turned down for Watt.
Boo.
Watt Tambor, the best and noblest character of the entire Star Wars saga. You know, in the crawl of Revenge of the Sith, when it says there are heroes on both sides, that's what it's referring to. Watt Tambor.
If you say so.
Let's do
I
that.
know so.
Daredevil!
Let's do that Daredevil boost.
You guys remember when we played Aces High and I won with Watt Tambor?
I remember.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, we remember.
That was fantastic. I
That was great.
enjoyed it
It's
tremendously.
good times.
And Frank's mom had
All
to
right.
pick them up to go to the state fair.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
That was surreal.
Definitely unscripted.
Can we get more Watt Tambor facts? Probably.
What do you
later
want to know?
Here's like a real question. Do you ever think about making some upgrades cost go up more each time you bring another copy in your list? Lots of upgrades can get that treatment, crackshot, juke, swarm tactics, etc.
We've certainly thought about it.
We have thought about a lot of options.
Yeah,
That's really complicated.
The short answer is it's something we've actually been talking about since first edition, interestingly. It is tricky to figure out which upgrades that should apply to, where the breakpoint comes, but I mean, never say never. We've been talking about it since first edition. It could happen. I was going to say...
You know what? I'm also going to Daredevil.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I shouldn't because I need to flip my guns back around.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I can't. Whew, that was a close one.
I
Okay.
was no prime thrusters?
Boosting right. No prime thrusters. I'm pretty lean on upgrades.
That's fair.
Boosting right, flipping the guns.
Flippy guns.
Saw someone ask about the next Republic ship.
These poor arcs are gonna get torn
A
up.
mild spoiler, the mildest of spoilers. The next wave to be announced will have a Republic ship in it.
Ooh.
And also a separatist ship.
And also separatist ship.
Ooh.
And
We're just going ham on spoilers, huh?
yeah.
Captain Phasma?
Yeah, that wave. I was gonna say, boy, it's funny. It's it's in everyone else's future. It's in my past.
Yeah.
I feel displaced from time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Have you come unstuck in time?
It
We
feels that way.
have this very weird experience, especially when we're doing these streams for upcoming content that I was working on last year this time, kind of thing.
Sure, sure.
Captain Phasma.
So that blue maneuver is going to clear that strain token.
Indeed. And then what's Phasma gonna do? I think guns stay forward.
So I have another Wattam Boar fact. No,
Ooh,
I'll
sure.
save. I'll save it. I'll save
Okay.
it for when you guys are doing dials.
Man.
You just hit us with it unexpectedly at some point.
Okay.
Okay,
all right,
I can
all
definitely
right.
get a lock
It'll
somewhere.
strike when you least expect it.
Yeah, let's do that
All
one.
right, locked on page.
Locked on page. So that is number 4. Hey, number 4 right there. Perfect.
All right. Well, this is a pretty congested field. I got a 3 bank left off a Kaz.
Come on in, Kaz. It's great in here. Nothing bad going on at all.
And then I think Hollow is in just the wrong spot for me
Oh,
to slam
no.
a 3T roll to the right, which is what I would love to do.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
But I think you would block it.
Probable. Well,
It's close.
yeah,
But
I can't judge that at this distance. Maybe.
Don't think I can afford to risk it, so I'm going to flip that hull breach face down.
It's probably a good.
And
call.
then I'm going to use R1J5 here.
Ooh, new upgrade.
So there is R1J5. So the first part is when I have 2 or fewer stress tokens, I can do actions to repair damage cards even while stressed. The second is after I repair a damage card with a ship trait, witness 1 hull breach with the ship trait. So I use the action to repair it. I've repaired it. I can spend a charge to repair it again. When I repair a face down damage card, I discard it. Goodbye, hull breach.
It's a nice little healing.
Yeah, so I'm healing back to 2 damage cards there.
All right. Now, do you have to be equal to get your reroll, or over or under rather?
If the enemy ship's initiative is higher
Okay.
than the number you
So it
have,
has to
yes.
be-
So unfortunately, I'm not going to get it against TN3465.
All right.
Brooks, I had a slow trigger finger. Could you put some of that stuff back in?
Sure,
there?
I will
apologize.
put it right back in.
There we go.
I'll put the text of hull breach. so you
Over to
can
my
see.
4
Yes.
or 5.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so go ahead.
All right. Well, you may have caught me in a position I don't. Well, I might be out of arc actually.
So just walking through that again for the folks watching. When I trigger the effect on hull breach to repair the card, the action there, or any effect that tells you to repair a damage card, that is a prompt for R1J5 to trigger and repair that card again. So however you would repair that damage normally, that's how you get rid of it with R1J5.
Perfect.
All right. So Hollow is going to go ahead and grab a focus. And then Hollow is going to lock.
You'd actually do that first, but
Yes. Yes. Right, because that's after you complete the maneuver. So yes, Hollow will lock. So Hollow's going to take a strain again. To lock. Well, actually, no. Hollow's going to take a deplete this time.
Ah. For real this time?
For real this time. Hollow's
For real
going to
this
take a
time.
deplete. To lock. Hollow's number 6. Hollow's going to lock. Kaz.
okay. So my 5s, Page is going straight forward 1, which is blue, and which overlaps the gas cloud because there are so many obstacles in here, I can't not. All right,
And you're flying a big space
land
whale.
clearing that stress. Okay, and then ZZ, I gotta be careful of the cameras here. He's doing a 1-speed left turn, followed by a boost, followed by a boost to the left.
All right.
Also, it's a good thing I didn't Daredevil with Ron and Valerio, because it's actually ZZ who has
Oh, that's extra good then.
A question from the chat for you guys. Do you feel Regen Jedi can continue to be part of the competitive scene like Empire Aces, or should it be pointed out?
Well, I mean, they don't have unlimited regeneration, right? We're not talking about first edition Core and Horn R2D2.
1 blue right bank, 1 blue left flank.
And what that indicates is that there is a points price break on it at which, it's probably good, but not too good.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, also, I mean, it is a good list. It is very popular, but it isn't sweeping top events. It's won a few. Again, pretty much any top tier list has won a few events, but it's not sweeping. It only did okay at Worlds.
Yeah.
So it's not that we're not looking at it, and top tier tournament performance is not everything in our evaluation. Lists will go up that are not like always winning all the time, but I wouldn't expect to see us raise the points so much that you can't play lists of that archetype, but you might have to make some more painful choices sometimes.
And you may be looking at other options that you can take that you couldn't before that are going to compete against them.
That's true as well.
Okay,
All right.
so combat phase, you got a trigger here.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of one of these tokens, and I get to choose which one.
So you can either give away your minus, I was about to say what deplete does.
Yeah.
You can either give away your deplete token, or you can give away your focus token.
I'm gonna give away my deplete token. Or sorry, no, I lied. I'm gonna give away my focus.
Whose focus is this?
That is
3465.
3465.
Phasma has a lot.
So Phasma. It's a bad shot, but it could be a double modified bad shot. Let's risk it. I'm gonna throw this onto Phasma.
Okay.
So I'm still depleted, whatever that does.
Which you've cunningly not revealed.
Yes.
I almost revealed.
And yeah.
Okay, so your 5 has no shot. Might have
I don't think
Page.
so.
No,
Definitely not.
No. All right, so Page is gonna do. I can do an obstructed shot on Phasma, or I can do the clean shot on Rush with fewer dice.
Yes, make me initiative 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot Rush because you have no way to modify your dice. I don't either, but here's my 2 reds for my gunners. Pew, 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 pew. 1 hit.
It's a good shot. 3 evades. No such luck.
All right. There's a shield.
But I'm not initiative 6 yet because I have to be damaged, which means I have to have damage cards, not just have lost shields.
Easy flow, despite the boost, is out of range.
Phasma.
So 4s. Phasma.
All right, well, let's show off these Magpulse warheads.
Phasma's got a range 2 obstructed attack.
Ooh, another new upgrade.
Yes.
Turn around.
Oh, sorry.
Like that. There
All right,
we go.
well, I'll get used to it
That's
eventually.
Yep.
Show the art.
Yeah, so these, you want to talk about these new missiles
Yeah,
you've designed?
so Magpulse warheads, they're name dropped in TFA and a couple other places. They are an attack, 3 dice. If they hit, they're only going to deal 1 damage, but it will be a crit damage, it will deplete you, and it will jam you.
Alright.
And then all the dice results get canceled. So it's trying to get the hit. You only have 2 charges, but being able to throw those debuffs on someone, potentially before they attack, can be a really good sort of get out of jail card if you're worried about some big alpha strike or some big wombo combo someone set up from one specific enemy ship. If you tag them with one of these, you can break their lock, you can jam away their focus or their reinforced tokens, hit them with a crit if they're not shielded, and also deplete them, whatever that does.
Let's see if I can jam you, or let's see if I can get you with this. All right, I've got the focus.
Focus looks good.
I'll spend it.
Okay. Well, with 2 defense dice, 1 from myself and 1 from obstructed, I can't dodge the attack. And it actually doesn't matter how many of those I stop,
Yeah.
because I will take 1 crit, which will just pop a shield. I will get a jam token, which will, I have nothing, so you can throw a
gotcha.
jam on me. That part's not going to matter, because that'll go away at the end of the round. And I get a deplete token, which I'm going to have to
And you have to punch one out, or at least we were
Oh, yeah, I'll
he was
punch
having
one
trouble
out.
grabbing him before.
Yeah, need to punch one out. We definitely had them in here. All right.
Okay.
So then it is your.
Kaz, does Kaz have arc?
Yes, I think he does.
Is your warheads back?
Maybe not.
Nope.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right, and then your 2s.
Yeah, and both of my 2s have shots. So
Yep.
we've got range 2 here, right? I think we determined that was 2. So here's 3 dice of blistering silence or fury. Sure.
I evade 1, so the crit is another shield. I got 1 shield left.
And then I've got range 2 here from TN. What's her name?
3465.
And she'll chuck those dice at Kaz, because she's, at the moment, uniquely qualified for fighting the best pilot in the galaxy.
Yes. Kaz
Spend that
gets
focus.
better the better his opponent is. Which means when his opponent is not that good, he's not that good. So your initiative is not higher than the number of damage cards I have, so I'm only rolling 2 dice. And I've evaded 1. So I'm back up to 3 damage cards, but at least they're all face down.
It's true. And hey, you can slam 3 times now.
Yeah. Well, I can slam any number of times.
That's true, yeah.
All right, Chad is getting pretty rowdy and distracted, so we should just tell him what deplete does.
All right, all right.
Well,
put them out of their
that's
misery.
probably a good decision because we might actually get rid of those deplete
Yeah.
tokens before we spend them.
Yeah.
Deplete is -1 attack die on your attack. It's the reverse of strain. It applies to special attacks or primary attacks. Whatever the next attack you do is, -1 red die.
And like Strain, removed on Blue Maneuver.
Yep.
It was designed at the same time as Strain. It was almost in that wave, it just didn't end up being that way. But
Yep. All right. So it's next round.
yeah.
The jam goes away.
All right, I have another question from the chat to distract Max as he's placing his dials.
Do it.
So some ships, such as TIE Defender, TIE Advanced, Not Named Vader, E-Wings, many other premium types, are not seen play due to their excessive costs, but are too close to a break point, such as Triple Defenders, to be reduced in points. Are there plans to address this in the near future that you can discuss?
Well, discussing future plans is always tricky, obviously.
I appreciate that caveat.
With that said, I mean, obviously we're always watching points values. We're always, looking at those breakpoints. We do keep them in mind. But, the breakpoints are not
Ronith Valerio. Ronith Valerio gets to shoot.
Oh, yeah, Ronith.
Ronith Valerio is going to shoot hollow because it's range 2. Pow!
Oh, wow.
Yeah! I'm glad I didn't forget that.
Your hits Ronith over.
Thank you, Max. That was
Bad.
that was so bad it was good.
So you were saying?
Yeah, so that's something we're always evaluating, and those breakpoints are not guaranteed to stay exactly as they are forever, necessarily. We could reduce the, generic TIE Advance to the point where you could have more of them. That is a thing that could happen. And in fact, some breakpoints on a few ships are going to be changing in January. Triple Defenders is not one of them. Don't get excited now. But yeah, those are things we're absolutely evaluating. And there'll always be, more content in the pipeline too. I mean, one thing we haven't explored a ton, but, would probably like to in the future is cards that are, ship specific, that can change their function in some way. We have this great ship ability mechanic. We can explore stuff that
We did
interacts
a
with
lot
that.
of them. We did like a couple of them right off the bat in the changeover to second edition. But then there's a lot of stuff that the stabilized S foils are a good example of this. A card that was not in first edition, so was not created immediately going into second edition, and that we had a great idea for, a couple great ideas for actually, that kind of all got combined together. But that took some time for us to actually be able to put it into a product that would be at all related to the ship it was with, which we wanted to do. So,
All right. Well, there we have it. So, did you know that Awat Tambor is actually one of the galaxy's foremost artists as well, in addition to all of his other abilities? Well, you can see his exquisite armor, of course, which he has designed himself. And in fact, he shared that knowledge with General Grievous. General Grievous says, I was trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku. But what he does not say in that scene is that he was trained in all other fine arts by Wat Tambor. Including fashion by Wat Tambor. So if you've ever thought General Grievous is cool, you know who to thank. Wat Tambor.
Wat Tambor definitely goes with like the gleam look though,
Yeah.
whereas Grievous is very kind of, his actual armor is subdued in color.
Right.
The cape is really over the top. Maybe
Right.
it's the cape fashion he got from Watambor.
Right. Well, Wat Tambor is like an excellent teacher, and he gives the student means to express themselves in whatever way they choose.
Right, like any good
So if
teacher.
like Grievous, being a general, rather than a foreman, a man of the people, such as Wat Tambor, being a general, perhaps choosing more of that matte sort of bony, aesthetic for his armor, is just Wat Tambor letting Grievous, express himself in that way.
Explore the space.
Yeah.
Max,
Yeah.
you know what we need to make?
Um,
I'm just gonna say this idea I had just now out loud
Exegorths.
on stream in front of the camera.
Sounds good.
A gunner that lets you reload and still shoot. So you can reload your bomb while you shoot your gun.
Interesting. Yeah, we could certainly play around with that. I like that idea. Especially if it's like bomb
Tell us what you
specific.
think, fans.
That's interesting.
Yeah, if you after you reload a payload
Payload card.
you may
Yeah, I think
discard
we could
the
do that.
disarm token.
And if we found it was troubling, we could always put some charges on it or something, like twice per game or something like that. Yeah, I like that idea a
Or
lot.
you could only attack from your. You can attack, but
Primary
only from
front
a
arc or
mobile
something.
arc.
Ooh. Yeah.
I see a lot of yeses. I see a handful of no's. I'd say that more people saying yes than saying no.
Well, they've had about 20 seconds to process it.
Yes.
So they've had about as long to process it as I have. So
I thought you were going to say the Exegorth hand puppet Derek always suggests, and the table with the hole in the middle, so they can pop out.
so you can start moving your twos. I actually had a table like that. Growing up as a kid, my dad made a railroad table that would fold. It wasn't like model terrain or anything. This was before I was into terrain. But it was just a flat table that was bolted up against the wall on hinges. It would fold down, and there were two holes cut through the middle of it, which was a sheet of plywood that you could poke up through, and we'd do like a figure-8 track that looped back and forth around them. And put my plastic army man on it and stuff.
Hit the gas. But I do get to clear my stress.
Okay. All right.
And then my other two is doing a
Rush going there.
3-bag.
I forgot you would move before me.
Oh, yes. Where's that corner tool?
I don't think we have one out here.
Oh, I thought we did. Maybe
Done
not.
corner tool.
Well,
Guess you gotta use the old one straight.
the old one straight. Yeah.
So that's one thing to think about, players, is the order in which not only your ships are going to move, but your opponent's ships are going to move, interspersed with yours. That is a useful thing to have a good idea of. Everybody's going to process it in a different way or have different strategies. Some people will fly lists all at the same initiative so that their ships can move in any order they want. That can get you out of trouble sometimes. If you can move your ships in different orders based on the situation, so you can fly with any ship in front or behind and be more flexible, whereas lists with different initiatives have to kind of factor that in more, but get some other benefits in terms of combining repositioning knowledge with the efficiency of cheaper things. You did your twos?
Yes, two's
Ronald
done.
Valerio doing a 2-speed right turn. Whee!
Oh,
Cutting
man.
it very close with that rock.
Yeah, nice though. That's some rocket surgery.
And will
Good surgery.
focus. Cha. Yeah. And just the focus. All right, that's 2, 4, Phasma.
Phasma! Alright, Phasma's doing the old 2-turn over a rock. This was inevitable, really?
You might dodge it.
Maybe. I'm skeptical. Oh man. Look at
Well,
that.
but you have been proven to succeed.
Alright then.
Wow, there's not a whole lot of places for Paige to go right now.
No, there are not. And
Although
then
it would be a shame if she just stopped right there.
it would be a shame if that's your maneuver. It's true. And then I'm gonna have Phasma spin the guns backward, maybe? What do we got for actions here? Oh, everything's got linked actions. Linked rotate. Let's do a.
Feel free to hit us with more questions.
Yep, I'm keeping an eye on them.
Fans too, I suppose Derek's standing in front of the camera for me to look at you right now, but feel free to hit us with questions. We're just
evade
gonna
rotate.
have some fun with this, with the new ships here, and let you see it and talk to you about stuff.
Yeah, let's do an evade rotate. Be a little defensive. Damn it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's Phasma.
Yep.
So I gotta sneak past you here. Sneak right past you to get to the dip. Fireball doing a 3 right bank, which.
I think you dodged that. I think you cleared
Yeah, that clears
narrowly.
to
Nice.
there. And then is going to go ahead and slam.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to slam a 3-speed right turn, which I'm just going to snag from Max's
Please do.
collection here. This maneuver is red, so I'm going to get the stress now. I can't advance slam, unfortunately. There's your tool back. So, but I've gotten around over to there, and then I'm going to use Explosion with Wings. So, after I perform a slam action, I'm going to expose 1 damage card to remove 1 disarm token. Evan?
Yes.
Damage cards are exposed randomly.
Oh.
Let's have the chat decide which damage card I exposed.
All right.
I got rid of the hull breach, so I don't know what any of these cards are.
All right.
We can
It'll
do-
be right,
Here.
middle, or left.
We'll do blank,
Okay, sure.
focus, evade.
There we go.
Chat, tell me what happens to me.
More people saying. I mean, everyone's kind of doing their own system. Let's see. I saw more.
Evades.
Oh man,
I'm
it's
seeing
I saw a lot of focus, and people saying middle. Lots of people saying evades, or just.
I'm seeing a lot of evades. I'm
Yeah.
going to do the evades.
All right.
Alright.
Plus, also, the evade people have this really cool glyph
Yeah,
that they're showing, that they're hitting us with
They love
on
it.
Twitch. So that is a fuel leak. All right. Well, I might explode then.
Just don't get shot.
Just don't get shot. I think we're gonna make this a regular thing.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm exposing damage cards, they're gonna get to vote on it. So I got a fuel leak. It's a good thing I didn't remove my critical hit marker from before, because I still got it now. But I get the disarm token and then immediately lose it.
All right.
Okay, you're 5.
Yeah. So Hollow is doing a 2 straight. Right where you want me, unfortunately.
Right where I want you.
Another question from the chat. Currently, game balance is maintained by point changes and rule changes. Will we see card errata or changes as a third option?
Yes, although usually not for balance reasons alone. The times we would errata a card are either when the card is just in error. We have quite an amount of language that is a holdover from first edition because of the sheer volume of cards that were converted.
Right.
So as we run across issues with those, and as they are reprinted in new products, that is usually the timing when we will update and correct them. Occasionally something will be particularly egregious. You clear that deplete token with the blue
I
move.
do. I'm about to get something back. Let's do a Hollow's range to dump tokens is 0 to 2.
Yep.
Oh, well, excellent. All right, so let's deplete.
So yeah, we're not usually going to errata a card purely because we want to tweak the balance level of it. Usually it's because there is some either flaw with the language or problematic iteration or problematic interaction between it and something else that
Something like toxic or game breaking.
and-
Yeah, or
and
just can't be
something-
addressed comfortably with points.
Yeah, or something that, for example, we've talked about some possibilities where a certain unintended combo is so much more powerful than the intended combos that a thing won't get played the way it was originally conceived of being played. That's usually not enough in and of itself for us to errata it instantly, but it's definitely something that will add on to the list of reasons why we might errata something.
Yeah, but it has to rise to a pretty high threshold to be errata, and the reason is simple. Errata, it's one of those things that to the competitive players, it seems like, oh, that's sort of, that's free, right? But, I mean, it's not free on a number of levels, but the most important one is that it really does add an additional burden to your sort of casual player.
Right.
They have to know that the card doesn't say what it says it does, it actually does something different. And to some extent, that's
Especially to someone coming into the tournament scene.
yeah. And so as much as possible, we would like the cards to do what they say they do. And so that's why something has to be pretty serious to rise to the level of an errata, which is not to say that things won't. But it will be infrequent and used pretty sparingly.
So I did a 3 left bank there, which is red, and which stresses me from the debris cloud, and which I might also
Go ahead. You're
not take any damage, only on a crit. And then ZZ Tlo.
ZZ Low.
3 right bank. Cruising off that way.
Oh, this turn's gonna be a bloodbath.
And then, gonna focus, gonna boost to the left.
Question about philosophy around point changes. Primarily trying to curtail dominant stuff, primarily encouraging use of lesser
Easy.
Yes.
seen things, or some mix.
Some mix. There are a lot of factors we look at. I mean, there's also, so you have to keep in mind, sometimes points change because of stuff you never see. For instance, something will be, so we do a development testing phase where we get the mechanics hashed out, and we do test points during that phase, but it's of a lesser importance. Then we sort of have a testing phase that's to put the points out, as Brooks likes to put it, descriptively. The points are valued at what they're valued. We're not changing abilities and points at the same time, because that got us into trouble a lot in first edition. During that phase, we will often find, oh, this combo is really powerful, and suddenly this thing that seems pretty weak is actually about to get really good. Oh, the First Order is about to get a new talent. It's going to change some of their dynamics. Maybe some of their points will change as a result, or won't change even though comparable things are changing. It's a very complex ecosystem. Our testers work really, really hard, and they do really good work. And, but many factors.
Yeah. So an example of this is, have we shown the Imperial Hot Shots and Aces cards yet?
I do not believe we've done any previews of Hot Shots and Aces yet.
Do we have those somewhere, right?
I mean, I haven't done.
Oh, great.
Just because I was, I'll tell half the story then, Max, you can start queuing up your first attack.
Yes.
I was reviewing Brian's draft of the article that will show you the Imperial pilots and their abilities from Hot Shots and Aces.
Right.
And he had caught a combo that neither I nor any playtester in the development testing or in the points testing had even noticed.
Paige has first. Oh, no, I should first.
Yeah, you should first.
Sorry.
So I was very pleased and amused by that. And we had a brief meeting of the minds, and we were like, that's fine.
All right, I've got you range 1 here. Vonreg's tie, and Hollow, you'll notice, I did not just cheat. Hollow threw that deplete over to poor Lieutenant, or not Lieutenant, poor TN, not even Lieutenant, poor
I'm
tie.
gonna throw
pilot.
Hollow in the tray just so they can read
Yes.
the ability again.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we get folks dropping in and out.
And here's your 4 dice. All right, that's pretty good. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's pretty solid, especially because I'm only rolling 1 defense. So that is a hit on the shields, a hit, a damage card, and a crit on the Star Fortress. Direct hit!
Oh, direct hit.
Oh no! Boom, alright.
That new damage
So
deck
I
is
got,
really nice.
Yeah, it's super
yeah, I'm just going to leave that sitting there to show off that art.
Boom!
Direct hit.
You
Yeah.
hit it right in the middle.
We spent a decent amount of time going over the visual dictionaries and stuff, giving graphic design feedback on where to highlight for what effects. And
Yeah. Then, as always, they came back with something amazing.
Yeah.
that's gorgeous. All right, so you shot Paige. Paige got shot. All right, Paige shoots back.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that front arc, 3 dice, range 1, so 4 dice on Hollow, right back at you.
All right.
You guys have a favorite faction deck?
Pow!
Ooh, that's a good shot.
Yeah, 2 hits. I really like the Y-Wing on the Rebels.
They're calling out your deplete token.
Oh, they're right.
Catch.
Now you told them how it works, and now they're gonna
That's
call
true.
you on it
Although
every
I
time.
don't really want you to reroll this. I'll
Still
see this-
do.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm rerolling my defense.
Yeah, I really like the Rebel Y-Wing.
All right, taking it.
We didn't do the T-65 because we were doing the Resistance T-70, and I wanted to pick ships that had enough of a different profile. So like the First Order one is, I believe, the TIE SF, so that it has enough of a different profile from a standard TIE fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the TIE FO? And we did the Imperial Interceptor. What's up? Sorry.
What's ZZ up to?
Oh, ZZ's gonna shoot hollow as well.
All right. I'll taking one so
is that,
far.
What's the
I
range?
think it's range 1, probably.
Yeah, that's one. Okay. Pow.
Ooh.
All right, that's a shot.
That's a good shot. Ugh. This is the end of Hollow.
That is the end of hollow.
So, as you can see, these interceptors are not exactly made of particularly durable
I mean,
stuff.
if you'd gotten anything else on there.
That's true. That's true. That was a very bad roll, but still.
Before you pull that off, what did you do for your action?
For my action, I barrel rolled and locked. I just didn't need the lock. 'Cause I rolled low.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say.
I was assuming I was going to live another round and have a chance to use it
Yeah,
later.
with that full health. But you, Max and I, before this game, said like, hey, we probably shouldn't just focus Hollow and Kaz.
Yeah, and then you wasted Hollow.
But we also said if you drop them at range 1 of a bunch of people, you get what you got. So.
All right. Let's see. So
That's
next,
my 5, so you're 4.
My 4. Phasma does have a shot. It's not
Yeah.
a great shot, but Phasma's got rear shot on.
ZZ
on.
Plo, after she defended or performed an attack, spends a charge. She's going to get a focus token.
All right. I don't think I have a shot on CZ, unfortunately, so I'm going to fire at Ronith, which is a worse shot.
On if. I don't think it's obstructed though.
No, I don't think it is. All right.
Cool. So I'm going to roll that. And I'm going to get invaded.
Yep. And then Kaz.
Kaz will shoot at Phasma
All right.
at range 3. And Rush, before I hit Rush like 4 times with the ruler there, was in the attack arc.
Yep.
So, Kaz, Phasma's initiative is 4. Kaz has 3 damage cards, so Kaz is going to get to roll an additional die on this attack. And remember, I get to attack here because I exposed the damaged card after I slammed.
Good.
And I'm just rolling hot today.
Yeah. All right, so this was range 3, right?
Yes.
All right, so at least I'm getting 3 dice. I've got an evade. This should be okay. Ugh. Barf. All
Well,
right.
it's going to be okay for Phasma.
That's true. All right, so Phasma is going to dump one of these hits or crits onto Rush.
Okay.
Rush has still got a shield,
Yep.
so let's dump a crit
That's the
onto
crit,
Rush.
yeah.
So Rush has no shields.
And also, Rush is very close to getting triggered.
Phasma's got an evade, so at least only taken 1. But still, ugh.
Yeah. There you are. Thank you. All right. So that was 5s, 4s, no 3s. Your 2s.
Yeah.
Rush is going to lay down some pain.
You better. Really need him to. All right, come on, Rush. 2 hits, I'll take it.
And no lock. Okay.
Yeah, we can pull that.
Well,
6 lock.
dice flying around here. 1 evade, so 1 damage. I got 4 of 9 on page there. And then TN3465 is pointing the
No
wrong way.
shots.
So Ronith Blairio. Oh, come on, be range 2.
Yeah, I think it is. Pretty sure. If
I
you go
think,
to the front
yeah, I
corner.
think on
Yeah.
your side it is
Yeah.
range 2 in bullseye with a proton rocket
All right.
through a rock. All right, so Ronith Blairio with a proton rocket in the study. All right, so I got 5 attack dice. Pow! And
Ew.
Ronith has a focus, but if Ronith hadn't wanted to use it, if I'd only rolled 1 focus result, I would have spent somebody else's focus. That's why I had ZZ stacking up focuses.
Ugh.
There's 3.
All right. Well, Rush is damaged.
Rush is certainly damaged.
So Rush
Rush
is
has
initiative 6
1
and
health
1
left.
health now. Man, my green dice have been rough.
Yeah. And the lack of actions has hurt you more because you have green dice you want to modify more.
Yeah. Man, I have the action on Phasma.
Yeah. That debate's gone, but yeah. All right, next round. You can just pull the greens over your side.
Yeah.
Anything from the fans while we set dials?
Let's see here.
And Max, can you throw Rush in the tray
Yes.
so they can see the gloriousness of their new Initiative 6 Silencer Overlord?
Yeah.
After you repair a damage card with the ship trait, you may spend 1 charge to repair that card again. That upgrade. Does that interact with self-repairing damage cards like Direct Hit and Loose Stabilizer?
Yep, those instruct you to repair the card. So you repair the card, and then you repair the card again. Yeah, so R1J5 can help you fix those cards up real quick. A lot of them, some of them, like Loose Stabilizer, for example, will just trigger their effect and then be gone. And so you'll end up with 2 stress, but not with the damage card at all.
Right.
So like that's what I'm hoping to flip up out of these when I do my slamming tricks.
Right.
Is I'm hoping to flip up something that will maybe saddle me with some bad stuff, but then repair itself.
Mm-hmm. I really like his little pilot's helmet that he's wearing.
Oh yeah, it's adorable.
That's adorable.
And he's kind of like the grizzled old droid who's been through it all. I was looking at an A-wing dial while plotting my Star Fortress's maneuvers, and I was very excited for a brief moment.
Can R1J5 save you if the direct hit kills you?
No.
Yeah.
No. No. Once you're destroyed, you're destroyed. But for example, if you are like 1 health away from being destroyed,
Yep.
and you have another damage coming, but the damage you flipped up right now, if you like take 2 crits from 1 attack,
Yep.
and the first crit, the second crit will kill you, regardless of what they come up as.
Yep.
But the first crit is something that repairs itself. R1J5 then repairs it.
Before
you never
you get
reach your whole threshold in the first place.
Sure. So in that case, you could be saved.
Yeah. But then what will happen is you'll draw a direct hit, and you'll be destroyed anyway. That's just how the game works. I'm set. Other questions from folks? I don't know what we've shown off of the product yet, but I have the rest of it down there.
Do you like where the TIE fighter is at right now, or would you like to see more TIE fighters on the table that aren't part of a block formation joust with Howl and Iden?
So, I like that question. I am happy with the TIE fighters I see on the table. I would just like them to spread out a little more. I understand why they're not doing it. I've told this story at least once before on stream, I think. But the first Worlds I went to as a player back in first edition, 2013, I think, I had just played like at home and at college with my friends. And so I was like, I'm just set my ships down and fly them towards you and fly through the rocks and shoot you.
Yep.
And everybody else was deploying in these tight grids, so they were always at 90 or 45 degrees. Well, at that point, actually, everyone was still 90 degrees off the angle. I was like, "Are you even playing X-wing? Like, you're only flying 1 ship, really." Mm-hmm. It was like first experiences in tournaments. Now, Worlds was not as big of a thing then as it was now.
Right.
I was still in the game center. It was a good time, regardless. But I get why people do that now. I've grown in my understanding of other people's play styles.
Yeah.
But I just choose not to, and I really like seeing other people not do it, because if you can leverage a good visual understanding of the play area, like the next tournament I went to after that in the spring, I had a lot of fun blocking people midway through a turn with their block formation, and now all of their ships are facing different directions by 10 to 15 degrees each, but they hadn't practiced for it, so they didn't know what to do. And that's how I flew all the time, just because I flew like that.
Right.
Now, like, that's my brain. Like, I can enjoy doing that, and I can process all that. Like, if you're flying that way because that's what helps you play the game at all, great, keep doing it. Everyone's going to play the game a little differently, but one of the best games I saw at Worlds this year, forget who the player was. It was at Coruscant. It's the Coruscant Invitational or before Worlds. But somebody had a couple TIE fighters and Darth Vader and maybe one other piece. And they intentionally kept Darth Vader back. This is in the second to last round, I think. They intentionally kept Darth Vader back about a 4 straight from everybody else, and intentionally was offset with everything, and used the TIE fighters in front to sort of force the opponent to improvise more and break up their clear formation, so it wasn't this large block formation hitting this smaller formation of more expensive elite ships.
Right.
And because of the work those TIE fighters did to just jam up and get in the way and force that formation to shake loose, Vader was then able to swoop in and was basically unopposed then, because Vader could see where the other people were going to be. Whereas if that formation had shaken out more loosely, range 3 still covers a good chunk of space. So you can fly your ships. Like if you have 3 ships and you space them out, not range 1 between them, but like range 1 peg to peg, that's a decent amount of space to cover.
Right.
And you can get 3 or 4 ships in line, or the best actually is if you are in a slight, if you're on a top down, Derek, I'm gonna use asteroids to show ships. If you have like a curve of ships all coming in like this, going after the jam token, then each of your ships has more options, and that ship has nowhere to go to get out of it. All right, Max is done setting
I'm
dials
finally
now.
ready.
So let's do
I
this.
picked my weird meta counter move that's probably
Great,
not going to
your
work out for
twos.
me. Yes, well, my 2. Because my other one's a
So yeah,
6.
that was a long way of saying there are a fair amount of TIE fighters out there already. I like seeing that.
Yeah.
I like to see a little more FO ties. But I see why people like the big synergy, and when there are those obvious combo pieces, like Halloran and Iden are obvious combo pieces.
Right.
And a lot of people at the highest levels of the competitive scene especially are really chasing this best case scenario max efficiency.
Yeah.
And that is a way to more reliably get it.
Yep.
But it also means you have less flexibility in other situations. You're a little more predictable. So, however you want to fly.
All right.
All right. Speaking of flying,
Speaking of flying, Rush.
something has happened.
No. Rush is initiative 6 now.
Oh no! You know, I forgot about that while setting my dials. What's your action from 3465?
It was a
before?
barrel roll.
All right, RZ2. Run with Blario, 1 speed, left turn. Can you put a 3 target lock on Rush?
Certainly can. Maybe. There it is.
And then that will be my only action.
All right.
Which then means you're 4.
Yeah. So, good old Captain Phasma's doing the 2 bank.
Anything else from the fans?
What were your favorite lists from Worlds?
Lists? I mean, those 2 the TIE fighters with Vader, I think that was the most enjoyable play to watch that I saw, because I was
Yeah.
commentating
Yeah.
that day. I didn't see much of the actual Worlds event itself. I saw mostly Coruscant Invitational. But like we looked at some of the reports afterwards, and it was it looked like a pretty good spread of stuff. I like that Captain Seevor finally found a place to be used with Torquil Mux and the Cartel Marauders.
Right.
That was a fun list, yeah.
What is Kaz doing?
Question about Rush. So if he
One speed
if he
straight.
gets damaged and switches to Initiative 6, but the step for attacks on Initiative 6 have already passed, he just skips his attack that round.
No.
Nope.
He gets to engage after all the other ships at the current initiative.
Perfect.
Yeah. So you're not gonna miss your chance. Ooh. I'm gonna R1J5. I'm gonna use the action on fuel leak to repair it, and then repair it again with R1J5.
All right.
So I'll throw those out there. Oh, that's not R1J5.
All right. Lots of people are asking about S foils for B wings. I think we'll be able to share that at the end of the stream.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little teaser for you guys there at the end.
Okay, that's my 4. Your 5
Is dead.
is gone. My 5s. All right. Doop, Doop doop. Taking a 1-speed right bank with the Star Fortress, and I keep forgetting to drop a bomb, which is good because I haven't really had a great opportunity to drop a bomb. Boop. So that's going to clear one of my 2 stress tokens. My deplete token is gone. But I still have the other, and I collide, so no actions. So Perceptive Copilot is doing me no good on page. ZZ Float is doing a 3-speed right bank. Out here. Very, very nice.
Oh yeah, look at
Clear that
that.
stress.
And action?
And action will be to focus. Target lock. Can you throw a target lock 7 on
Sure.
3465? It's the last one there.
Yeah, it was the very last one.
Let's grab both copies here.
Oh, all right.
Because reasons.
Yes.
I will.
All right. Well,
Keep these
unfortunately, my move
safe from
doesn't
prying eyes.
look so
These
great
are
based
yours.
on
Thank you.
the unfortunate nature of the angle you ended up at. I was hoping you'd end up at a slightly different angle, so I'm gonna bump you.
Okay.
Boink. Isn't what I wanted. And I pick up a
I
stress.
see a
from
question. When will Wave 7 be announced? Are you still aiming for 4 waves a year? So Wave 7 will probably be announced in the next 4 to 5 weeks or so. So basically here in January is when we're looking at announcing Wave 7. There are planned to be 4 waves in 2020, not counting
Pushing
these
Yes.
ships coming out in
Ugh.
January. So there's ships in January, and then 4 more waves planned for 2020.
All right.
All right.
I think that's the only shot I got this turn.
Yeah. Paige is collided with everybody, so was taking a shot at 3465, which
Yep.
looks like long.
I think that's gonna be range 3.
Yep. For 1.
No, why would I? Why would I roll it?
Why would you roll an evade? What was your action?
It was a barrel roll.
Okay. Okay, and then ZZ is going to go ahead and shoot. 3 dices, range 1. Yeah, my lock's on you.
Yep.
Not on me. Well, there's the lock. Okay, I like that.
Yep. Why not?
Okay, is that? Yeah, she's gone.
Kaboom!
Ooh, okay.
So I actually wouldn't have spent the focus even if I'd had it there because I knew that another attack was coming in.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I'm just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. That's 5s. 4s. Phasma
Nothing.
might
I
have
don't think so.
Ronnie here.
Oh well.
Now
Now we'll never know.
Yeah, I think you did actually.
It's possible. I will certainly take that shot.
Go ahead and take it.
It's not a
4,
great
3.
shot, but I'll take it nonetheless.
ZZ's gonna get a
Well-
evade. Okay, you miss.
Lots of people are
Oh wait,
asking.
Phasma
if-
has focus. Phasma's you're not gonna shoot Phasma, so yeah, I'll spend the focus.
Kaz is coming next.
Did
Yeah, but
did Rush
if
get
you
his
shoot
shot?
Phasma, I'm happy with that.
Did Rush get his?
Yeah,
his
Rush
six
just
shot?
missed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had some. I've had some.
Ronnie can't dodge a thing for the life of him. There goes the shields.
Hey, the statistical variance comes back the other way.
Yep. So I was hoping to. My whole plan was to use Perceptive Copilot and the turret arcs of Paige and ZZ Tlo to feed Ronith Blario their focuses. But I've been hitting too many obstacles. So
And
yep.
too many Phasmas.
And too many Phasmas.
Oh, right.
So Ronith Blario's shieldless. Kaz, you're right, is going to take the range 2 shot at Rush.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do.
Especially with my dice.
Yeah.
You only need to hit once.
So I hit twice. And you
Did
only
not
dodged
get there.
once. Okay.
Kaboom! All right. Well,
Things
after
are
that
looking grim.
bloodbath of a turn,
yeah,
I think we can call this
it.
game, sir. I thought my green dice would keep me in that at least one more turn, but that was my mistake.
A question: which dev gets saltiest about bad dice?
Probably me, but like I'm not gonna get salty on a stream game. I
well,
don't
we
know.
appreciate that.
Frank does sometimes, like, think about the average too much or the expected result.
Yeah, he can get annoyed about statistical variance not coming
He's
out
not
the
salty
way
at
it
you.
should over a long period of time. Alex doesn't get salty about bad dice because Alex never has bad dice ever in any game, and
True.
he plays.
Except that one time when I one-shotted him with Want
That was
Tambour.
funny. Yeah, that was funny. But like, it's great too because he knows it, so he plays like he won't have bad dice, and he doesn't have bad dice, and it works out great for him.
Yep, it does work out great. All right, B-Wing S-foils, right?
Well, so first,
Or do you have something
I
else?
just want to see what the other things were I could have flipped up
Oh.
with my Kaz. So these were the other two face-down damage cards. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't flip up that direct hit.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
That would've
I'm
not
really
been good.
glad I didn't flip that up because I could have just destroyed myself by continually flipping that up. I'll leave those out. Okay, so B-Wing S-foils.
Yeah.
I hid them so well I momentarily forgot where I'd hidden them.
Oh gosh, where are they?
So, we made the flipping wings. Derek, you can come back up to us. We made the flipping wings on the B-Wing. And we were like, should we do S-foils? We should maybe do S-foils.
Actually, the story goes back a little bit further. There was a period of time where the X-Wing S-foils were going to be X-Wing or B-Wing. But at the time,
that was
the
before I was working on
B-Wing
the game.
miniature, this was his
Interesting.
first edition when we were working on it, the X-Wing S-foils. The miniature did not have wings that open and closed. And so we were like, all right, that's the rule. If the miniature doesn't move, no S-foil card. If the miniature moves, S-foil card. Well, then sculpting comes to us and says, hey, we got the B-Wing to move. And
I've been like pestering them to be like, hey, you think you can like try it out? And I didn't really expect it to happen.
that's the thing about sculpting. We come to them with this insane idea, and we're like, can you get this tiny little thing to move? And they come back and are like, how many degrees of movement do you want? We're like, we didn't think you were going to say yes.
Now everybody is very excited for Lambda S-foils. I hope that you know that.
I mean, they already moved.
But,
Oh,
but
some sort of card.
yes.
Maybe in some sort of like ground attack scenario where you could start landed and you
Yeah.
what would your
Because that's not something that happens
It doesn't
during
do it in
flight.
space.
it's not
Yeah.
beneficial. Like maybe you can start with a card that you have to get rid of that's bad for you.
Yeah.
You could
That's a
like
good
put up
idea,
your wings
actually.
and then you do a random maneuver as you spin wildly out of control.
So, this card was, and what changed to the B-Wings upgrades that was made, this was made a while back. It was made when we were designing this card, actually, because we knew it was coming, when we added the second cannon slot, because the B-Wing is covered in cannons. Cannons are actually its main weapons. Depending on the configuration and the source material you read, it doesn't even have any standard laser cannons in some configurations. It just has the auto blasters and the ion cannons, the heavy laser cannons, the proton torpedoes, and the other proton torpedoes, and all the sensors. So we wanted to reward you for loading the ship up a bit. So here is stabilized S-foils opened and stabilized S-foils closed. I'll just leave those there. I'll read them out loud, but I'm sure you're all reading on the screen as well.
Yep.
Some people may be listening. So, stabilized S-foils, open or closed. You can equip them with either side face up. Therefore, the ASF-01 B-Wing, that's their restriction. When they are open, you gain white barrel roll linked red lock. And after you perform an attack, you may spend your lock on the defender to perform a bonus cannon attack against that ship using a cannon upgrade card you have not attacked with this turn. Before you activate, if you are not critically damaged, you may flip this card. So, attack, have a lock, spend that lock, attack again with a different cannon. The closed side also does some interesting stuff. It gives you white barrel roll linked red evade, and it also gives you red reload. And it just has, before you activate, if you are not critically damaged, you may flip this card. So, the first obvious use is to attack twice with your cannons. With your primary and one of your cannons, or with two different cannons. If you have a tractor beam plus another cannon, you can use your tractor beam to set up for your second attack.
Hit it with the tractor beam and then heavy laser cannon.
Maybe even set up a heavy laser cannon attack. The obvious combination is obvious. Fire control systems as a sensor to let you re-roll a die on the first attack, then spend your lock to make the second attack. Another combo, though, which the closed side alludes to a bit, you don't have to reload any cannons. But you do have to reload proton torpedoes, which are another key part of the ship's armament.
Or
So-
advanced proton torpedoes.
Or advanced proton torpedoes.
That's
So
tractor
if you have a
beam, yeah.
lock, fire control system, and you use that lock to fire a lock-based torpedo, but you don't spend the lock, you just re-roll a fire control system, and then you follow up by spending that lock to fire a cannon you have as well, you are putting out as much firepower as a ship can put out in the game. That is probably the high end on potential attacks on a single target. Epic ship, huge ships, and potentially like a YT-2400 with a veteran turret gunner could do more against different targets. That's the most damage on one single target.
And you know what that's really great against is huge ships.
So pretty good and epic is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
I expect we'll see some use of it. in
Anywhere
Epic.
you want the where your max damage in one go is really important, that will be really valuable. There was a comment from someone who shall not be named who said something along the lines of it's not just a straight damage buff, or at least not a particularly efficient one because you're spending your lock to make the second attack. That's true, but you're tacking on control effects to your primary attack or your cannon attack. You can use one cannon attack to set up another.
Exactly.
And it's a massive amount of damage. Also, it's beautiful art. I'm so glad the art came out great.
Here's an epic trick. Throw it on there with jamming beam. Break the lock that huge ship has with its to fire its turbo lasers or its 5 ordnance shots or whatever it has.
Also, take away its reinforce.
Take away its reinforce, and then nail it with a heavy laser cannon.
Yep, and then you can close your S-foils to pull away, reload your torpedoes, get some barrel roll evades if you need to. You could even take this upgrade without equipping any cannons, just for the additional linked actions. That, if it's worth it to you, it's worth it to you. Great, go ahead. So,
All right.
any obvious questions we got in the chat here?
No, just people being excited about it for the most
Well,
part.
great, because I'm excited too.
So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing this stuff in action on the table. There'll be more previews and whatnot of the packs, the Hot Shots and Aces, and then the Fireball and Vonreg's tie in the coming weeks leading up to their release, which is currently planned for the very end of January, as we mentioned. So thank you everyone so much for watching. Thanks to Carolina Game Tables for providing this sweet game table. You may have heard us a couple times allude to questions from the Discord. So the link to join that will be going up in the chat rooms right now. If you are wondering what the heck is that? I don't know what they're talking about. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. FFGLive normally streams every Tuesday and Thursday, but this is our last stream of the year for the most part.
I understand some people celebrate some holidays.
Yes, we want to break.
There's a whole lot of holidays coming
We're
up.
going to be doing some things that should hopefully make this an even better experience for you guys. New Year's Eve, we'll be back for a special stream. We're playing Android, the board game, with Andrew Navarro, the head of studio. That should be awesome.
How many Andrews do you have in that game?
2.
You didn't go for the all Andrew Android play?
We did not. No, it's 2 Andrews and me.
Oh, wow.
So
Close,
I might
close.
change my name to Andrew briefly.
Yeah, you could.
And then we're back January 9th is when we come back with the X-Wing points update. So it'll be Max and Brooks again.
Back again.
Sharing the hottest points. I know everyone out there is very excited to hear all of that stuff and see what gets mixed up. So thank you everyone so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.